Hey everybody, it's the Gorillas fan here. Just a couple quick announcements before we get started. First of all, you may have noticed that I haven't been posting many videos online recently, and that is because I have had a very, very busy summer. I was in my town's production of The Wizard of Oz, and it was actually very successful. And just overall, the summer takes a lot out of me. Like I'm always doing stuff, and the store that I work at, it's a grocery store. Um, 3 times during the summer, they do this thing where they sell a whole bunch of produce to the customers, and like huge crowds come. It's a big thing, and I get tired out very easily from it. Like So that's pretty much why I haven't been really busy with YouTube recently. Like I may have posted some stuff here and there, but that was usually some pre-recorded stuff. My party of one video, like my party of one video, my Cutie Mark Chronicles video, and Owls Well That Ends Well were all recorded at pretty much the exact same time because I wanted to get it all done early. So yeah, another thing I want to talk about is that annoying Hasbro copyright thing. It, I mean, I can understand with like video clips and full episodes. I mean, that's one thing, but still shots, really? You're getting anal over still shots? That's just really ridiculous. So I'm not going to use very many still shots anymore. Just, in case I have a very important point to bring up, then I'll use maybe like 7 seconds. I think that's what Mr. Enter said was what he used to, get around Hasbro's copyright bullshit. Anyways, now that that's taken care of, let's move on to my very first comparison episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the episode that I'm reviewing today, and I'm going to compare it to another episode that either did the exact same plot better or worse. And with that said, let's talk about SpongeBob SquarePants' Best Day Ever. Now, this episode came out like post-movie during the season 4, and it was hyped up as like this really, really big, important episode. And it was preceded by a whole 100-episode marathon of SpongeBob episodes. And the payoff wasn't exactly all that good. I mean, I first saw the episode when it first came out, and, being the dumb kid that I was, I didn't really think much of it. I thought it was fun, but, then I adopted my new way of thinking, my critical thinking, and, well, let's just say I don't like the episode anymore. So, why are we talking about this particular episode of SpongeBob? Well, mostly because My Little Pony did the exact same plot, but did it 10 times better. In the episode, The Best Night Ever. So the episode begins with our main characters getting ready for the Grand Galloping Gala, and it's here that we get reason number 1 as to why this is better than Best Day Ever. In Best Day Ever, SpongeBob wakes up and randomly decides that today is going to be his best day ever because he's going to do all of his mundane activities, like working, playing karate with Sandy, all the usual stuff. In Best Night Ever, the ponies are getting ready for a very special event that's been built up since episode 3. So there's a reason to call the episode the best night ever. So anyway, the ponies are getting ready, and Twilight's trying and failing with magic to create a horse and carriage from a pumpkin and some mice. Insert Cinderella joke here. So Rarity decides that she's going to persuade her neighbors to pull a carriage for them. And you know, they they do just that. So the ponies get to the gala. It's the big night of the gala, and it's here where we get reason number 2 as to why this is better. The song. In Best Day Ever, the song is just very repetitive and not very entertaining. All it is just SpongeBob singing "Best Day Ever." You've seen the episode, so you probably know what I'm talking about. In Best Night Ever, the song at the gala is probably the grandest of all the season 1 songs. Even though it may sound cliched by having all the characters restate why they're there, at the same time, it's been a while since anyone has seen Ticketmaster, if you've seen the full season, and doing this is actually just a reminder of why they're there in the first place. Fluttershy wants to see the animals, Applejack wants to sell her baked goods, Rarity wants to meet her Prince Charming, Rainbow Dash wants to impress the Wonderbolts and join them, pretty much. Pinkie Pie wants to be there because, well, it's a party. And Twilight, since we didn't get her reason, wants to be there because she wants to talk to Princess Celestia about her findings in friendship. When the song ends, all the ponies enter the gala, and they all do their different things. Since a lot of the stuff goes on at the same time, I'm not going to go into detail about order, just talk about each pony's experiences. Twilight meets up with Celestia, but because she's so bogged down with guests and letting them in, she doesn't really have much time to talk to Twilight. Applejack sets up her shop, and the only thing she's able to sell is a pie to the Wonderbolt Soren. Oh, and if I don't say this, somebody else will, but Soren is voiced by Matt Hill, who also did the voice of Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Anyway, speaking of Wonderbolts, Rainbow Dash finally meets up with Spitfire from Sonic Rainboom, and, she recognizes her, but then Spitfire and Soren are bogged down with a whole bunch of admirers and fans, leaving Rainbow Dash unable to get a word in edgewise. Rarity finally meets Blue Blood, Princess Celestia's nephew, and at first he looks like he's going to be a very princely gentleman guy, but in the end it turns out he's a big prissy pants who doesn't really give two shits about treating ladies with kindness and respect, like Rarity hoped that he would. Fluttershy goes into a courtroom and actually meets some of the animals. But the only problem with that is that the animals don't really know her all that well, and they're afraid of her. And keep in mind that these are Canterlot animals, so they're probably not used to Ponyville ponies. So Fluttershy keeps trying to get the animals' attention, and it eventually devolves into this.
I'll catch you yet, my pretties. Oh yes, as soon as one of you little birds touches this net, you'll be mine! Mine!
Yeah, pretty fucking scary. Anyway, Pinkie Pie enters the ballroom, and she sings two songs. The first of which is at the Grand Galloping Gala, which is sung when she first enters. And it's pretty obvious that the people inside are pretty annoyed, and so is some of the audience, probably. But hey, this is Pinkie Pie we're talking about, so of course she's going to be annoying. Anyway, she then gets around to the second song, the Pony Pokey, which is actually more of a montage song than anything else. While she's singing it, we get a montage of all the other ponies desperately trying and failing to do what they want to do. But eventually, the whole thing devolves into Rainbow Dash tries to knock down a statue in order to save the Wonderbolts and get noticed, but it ends up ruining the ballroom, and what makes matters even worse, a hole breaks into the wall, releasing a whole bunch of animals, and...
You're going to love
Jesus! I mean, good lord, Fluttershy is just scary in this episode. But enough about that. Anyways, then the episode ends, and it's here where we get the last reason as to why this is better than Best Day Ever, the ending. In Best Day Ever, after SpongeBob misses Squidward's concert, he goes up on stage and starts whining like a little bitch about how this was going to be his best day ever. But his friends remind him that because he ended up helping them during his selfish pursuit, they decide to do something special for him and give him one last musical number, which is a reprise of the first song. And the moral of the episode, according to SpongeBob, is whine like a little bitch and you'll get what you want. In Best Night Ever, they do things the opposite way. After we see Spike in a bar, and yes, Spike was there, we see the ponies entering, talking about how their best night ever didn't go so well. But then Celestia comes and says that this is actually the best night the gala has ever had, because the gala, is always a disaster. And the reason why Celestia invited Twilight and her friends there in the first place was to spice things up a bit. So, the moral of the episode is, even though things may not go your way on a special occasion, you'll always have some good memories to remember it by. And that was my very first comparison episode. I think I'll be able to do more down the line, especially with the rumors of putting your hoof down that I heard about from Mr. Enter, and how apparently it was really bad. So with that said, that's pretty much all I've got for today. Join me next time when I finally tackle Season 2 and talk about what happens when a Star Trek character becomes a villain. And until then, this is the Gorillas Fan, signing out.